For most escapes to the country, our intrepid house hunters are looking for something altogether different.
You've also got a utility room through there, which is probably...
That's music to Joe's ears, definitely.
I've always wanted a utility room.
With the wow factor both inside...
You have to see this.
Oh, my word.
Incredible.
and out.
Wow. Wow, I love it.
I'll take a wow.
When all that is wrapped up in one property, well, new beginnings could be on the horizon.
So, has anything changed in your minds now you know the asking price?
Yeah, surprised me quite a lot.
England's rural East Midlands. Encompassing a myriad of terrain from the highs of Derbyshire's Peak District right down to the sandy splendour of the Lincolnshire coast.
More and more, I think the East Midlands is registering on people's escape radar, particularly those that can work flexibly and from home. But if there are places you need to be, well, consider this. Rutland's county town of Oakham to Birmingham, just over an hour and 20 on the train. And Market Harborough in Leicestershire and Lincolnshire's Grantham, both are just over an hour's commute away to London. Now, I could go on, but I think you get the picture.
The East Midlands is made up of 6 counties, but today our search will centre on Nottinghamshire and neighbouring Lincolnshire, from where there's easy access to the whole region.
The East Midlands is a brilliant place to live. If you want to go to the seaside, you've got Skegness. If you like big skies, you've got the plains of Lincolnshire where you can see for miles, or just go the other way and you've got the peaks up in Derby if you want to go walking in hills.
Along with the area's natural beauty, it's chock full of pretty villages such as Hallerton in Leicestershire or Carlby in Lincolnshire, plus market towns with both cafe culture and history, like Newark-on-Trent in Nottinghamshire with its 12th century riverside castle.
I'm 80 years old and I've never been anywhere else. We are only just over an hour away from King's Cross, so people can commute very, very easily and of course do so. We have a lot of glorious vistas, and the variety and the variation has to be seen to be believed, and people that have not seen it should come and have a look, believe you me. It is absolutely delightful.
Now, I'm no dating expert, but what I would say is, when starting a new relationship, it's important to be open about your hopes and dreams for the future. Fair comment? Well, one half of this week's buyers certainly wasted no time telling the other half that escaping to the country was definitely her dream.
It certainly was very early into our relationship that Jo revealed she wanted to move. In fact, it was probably about 8 minutes into our first date. It was a topic of conversation that she is a country girl at heart, and that was where her future lay. So yeah, the cards have always been out on the table.
Jo, a tech entrepreneur, and Andy, who works in golf sponsorship, met on a dating app a year and a half ago. They now live together in Jo's one-bedroom rented flat in Haggerston, East London.
So this is our tiny little flat at the moment, and there's only currently space for one person to stay and work from home.
It's very small here, even though we have room for this big screen, but it would be nice to have a much bigger desk. So this is the grand total of our outdoor space at the moment. As you can see, we have a very small balcony.
It's so small. It does have a nice view out to the canal, but it's very small out here, and we would love some more space outdoors.
It's also very loud and noisy, lots of people, lots of traffic.
So very much looking forward to somewhere a bit quieter for my commutes in the morning when we move.
And after more than 10 years in London, Jo, who grew up on a farm, is feeling the pull north.
So I'm originally from Yorkshire, so we're looking in East Midlands because we think it's a sort of halfway house between home for me in Yorkshire and also work at least 2 days a week down in London.
For their budget of £750,000, they'd like a detached character property with a spacious kitchen diner or 2 good-sized separate rooms, 2 workspaces and 3 to 4 bedrooms. They want a large garden or land and, location-wise, being close to road and rail links to London would be ideal.
So for Jo and Andy, this move it's about a better quality of life for them. It's about having more opportunities to do the things that they want to do in the country, but it's also about being closer to their family. They're being realistic and realise they can't live perhaps as close to their family as they'd like to, but at least they're halfway there. And when you've got all of this on your doorstep, why would you not want to live around here?
We're starting our tour in the Nottinghamshire hamlet of Sibthorpe. But before we head to our first property, we're having a catch-up on the banks of the nearby Portland fishing lakes.
Well, Jo and Andy, I have to say welcome to the East Midlands. And this is going to be an exciting new chapter for the two of you.
Yes, definitely. Really exciting, isn't it? So first time looking at some houses, so yeah, really exciting to get out of London and see what's up here.
Because you're a country girl at heart, aren't you, Jo?
I am indeed. Now is finally the time to come home.
And Andy's had an awful lot to do with that, haven't you, Andy?
Yeah, I think when we first met, it was something we talked about very early on, was wanting to get out of the city and enjoy some of the countryside. So, yeah, pleased to be here.
So you didn't need your arm twisted too much then, Andy?
Just a little bit, but
Yeah?
not too much.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, this is really exciting times for you, but also really exciting for us to show you this part of the country because it has so much to offer. So I think we should get started, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Come on then.
Sibthorpe, the address of our first property, is ideally placed, close to both road and rail links to the capital. It's also a 5-minute drive from the quiet village of Flintham, where there's a community shop, a primary school and a very popular pub. The local bus to Newark takes just 35 minutes, and from there you can be in London by train in an hour and a quarter. Just over 2 miles from Flintham is the rather handsome stone and brick home we've lined up to view.
The big reveal, our first property.
Oh, wow. Wow, I love it.
I'll take a wow.
I
It's
love
great.
the stone. It's so nice. And this front garden is, I mean, it's big. It's probably more than you can handle.
It's great. Yeah, the gravel drive I love.
How old would you say this property is?
Maybe 100 years?
I think it's newer than that. It has to be, I think it's 20 years.
Oh, very good. 1994 it was built.
Oh, wow.
But I absolutely understand where you're coming from because it has that slightly sort of period look about it.
That's what we've been looking for, isn't it? Like something from the outside that looks characterful and old,
Yeah.
but not old in the inside, should we say?
Yeah.
This attractive property is stone-clad with a pan-tile roof and is also super energy efficient, with solar panels and an air source heat pump, giving it a great energy performance rating of B.
Let's start off with our, well, I think beautifully appointed kitchen.
Yes, wow.
This is beautiful.
Love an
Really
island.
nice. So good.
If this is your style, you don't have to do anything to it. And we all know how expensive kitchens are.
Yeah, exactly. No, I love it as it is.
You've also got a utility room through there, which is probably,
That's music to Joe's ears,
I've
definitely.
always wanted a utility room.
it's probably still larger than the kitchen that you've currently got.
almost
isn't it?
definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, brilliant.
Well, this is where we prepare the food and obviously the bubbles as well.
Yes.
But you need somewhere to properly entertain, so follow me through here.
This is huge, actually. It's bigger than it sort of feels like from the outside.
Yeah, I love the doors out onto
Yes,
the garden. That
that's
looks really
great.
nice.
We've got an office downstairs. However, I could take you next door and show you what else is on offer.
Sure.
See, there may be a time when you want your own space. Who's going to fight over this reception room?
That's amazing.
Those windows are incredible.
I'm going to bottle you two because I'm loving these reactions. So perhaps that office next door isn't quite so appealing. Someone might want to work out of here.
I think the office next door would be great for you.
The lovely vaulted garden room is a more recent addition, offering a versatile space. And with 4 bedrooms on the first floor, the possibilities here are endless. 3 at the rear have views across the garden and beyond, but we're heading to the biggest of the bunch at the front.
Now, this is the main bedroom because it has an ensuite with a family bathroom next door.
Really good size, isn't it?
Yeah, I love these built-in wardrobes. That's great.
Yeah, we need fitted wardrobes, definitely.
We need way more space than we currently have.
Well, this house certainly delivers on that front. There are still 3 bedrooms left to see.
Oh, yes. This
Oh,
is
yeah.
office size, isn't it?
Definitely.
Oh, and you got a view of the horses and the cows. Oh, wow. Another decent sized room, actually.
Yeah, it's not too much smaller than the main bedroom, is it?
No, you just need some wardrobes or use next door as the dressing room.
That's true. Yeah, could do.
Another single completes the lineup, so plenty of room inside. And outside offers space to stretch the legs too. A large patio and a well-maintained circular lawn are bordered by trees and flower beds. All in all, the property sits in around 1/5 of an acre.
It's such a beautiful, mature garden, isn't it?
It's so nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever owned a garden before?
No, no, we actually haven't. Yeah.
No.
Because you did want some land.
Yes, yeah. I think growing up on a farm, having space and land is just always something that I really want to sort of go back to.
But let's see the price of it. Putting you on the spot for the first time.
Okay, I'll say £680,000.
I'm going to say a little bit more expensive and £720,000.
Okay. Asking price is £650,000.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah. So I'm wondering, do you like the house a little bit more now?
Priced well under budget at £650,000, this 1990s detached house comes with a large kitchen diner, 2 reception rooms, a home office, 4 bedrooms and a delightful garden. It's located in a pretty hamlet just 20 minutes from a station.
Really nice first house to see. It's really spacious. I think we're both sort of quite amazed at the sort of, especially downstairs, the footprint that they've got there.
I think this has got great potential to become our family home. We've already started picturing ourselves how we'd use all the spaces. So, yeah, it's an exciting start.
Amazing that it's £100,000 under budget. I think coming north has just proven to us that definitely get a lot more for your money up here compared to what we could have get for the same kind of price in London.
Oh, it looks so pretty with the flowers.
So nice.
Perfect
aren't they?
couple, perfect house. Do you think you've seen enough?
Yes,
I think so.
Yeah. Really strong start, I think,
Really
for the
strong.
two of you. Good, but we still have more to show you, so we're going to make tracks.
There's a lot to discover in the area of the East Midlands where Joe and Andy have chosen to set up home. And coming from the Big Smoke, we thought we'd show them it's not all about beautiful sleepy villages. So we've brought them to Grantham, a market town on the border between Lincolnshire and Nottinghamshire, which has more than one claim to fame. It's the birthplace of Sir Isaac Newton, former Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher, and a local gingerbread dating back to 1740.
I think what attracts people to Grantham is probably the affordable housing, the great transport links. We've got the A1 right on our doorstep. We can get to London in under an hour.
And if you want to visit the capital, a return journey will set you back around £50. But if staying put or just visiting, you shouldn't get bored.
We've got some fantastic places to go out. We've got some fantastic independent businesses, bakers, butchers, boutiques, some great cocktail bars, lovely restaurants, and there's just loads of stuff to do around here.
Grantham, I would say, does have a strong sense of community. We're all about the people. There's lots of clubs, lots of socials, churches and schools. A lot of people locate for the schools. It's very community-based.
Someone who knows all about the local community is Adam Hall. Grantham born and bred, he runs a music shop in the town. Joe and Andy have come to meet him to get the lowdown on work and life in the area.
So what's it like being a young business owner in Grantham?
My whole family comes from Grantham. We're all local business owners. I love having a shop in Grantham, and the local community has been so supportive and just helping me to progress.
And what is it you think attracts people to Grantham, Adam?
Well, you've got the obvious touristy bits, being the birthplace of Isaac Newton, Margaret Thatcher. But to me, it's not about that. It's a market town with great food, great music, and you can still get a pint for under £3. We've got an absolutely thriving music scene. So you've got just down the road, you've got Nip Fest, you've got concerts at Beaver Castle, you've got so much going on, open mics in the pubs. And to be honest with you, I've just been to a play over at the church, and I'm not saying this because my dad was in it, and I'm not saying this because I sponsored the event, but it was actually pretty good.
Oh, nice.
Well, Adam has been a mine of information, and there'll be lots more of this region for Joe and Andy to discover when we continue with our house hunt first thing tomorrow.
Well, it's the beginning of a new day, and we started off really well with Joe and Andy here in the East Midlands. I love their positivity and that vibe. Today, though, I am very excited about what we're about to show them. Let's not forget the mystery house, always something a little bit different. And I'm just going to say, never judge a book by its cover. Remember that one. But first, we're going to show them a property in the heart of a community. This is a couple that are used to living in London, and I think they need a little bit of hustle and bustle around them when they make the move.
We're crossing counties and making our way to the Lincolnshire village of Brant Bruton. The pretty high street is lined with attractive red brick buildings, and locals are served well with a primary school, a village hall and a pub, amongst the many facilities on their doorstep. The village is also well connected by road and rail, with Newark Station just a 30-minute bus ride away. And right in the thick of things, we find this double-fronted cottage. Once a farmhouse, it's full of character and charm.
Nice. Oh, it looks like a really cute cottage.
It's late Georgian. Originally, it was one detached house, and then it was converted into two properties, two cottages, and then the current owners have put it back to how it should be.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it really looks like your typical countryside cottage. Very picturesque.
Keen to get inside?
Absolutely.
Come on then.
The striking symmetrical cottage definitely has visual appeal. It was built in 1790 and is located within a conservation area. Two equally sized square reception rooms sit either side of the front door. One is being used as an office and the other is a cosy family room.
So the cottage is Grade 2 listed, but because over the years it was adapted and changed into two properties, now it's back into one again, the current owners have worked really closely with the planning officers, and they've done, as you can see, an awful lot of work to it, bringing it back to its former glory, I think.
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely a nice sort of cottage feel about it. I love the beam and obviously the fireplace.
Huge brick fireplace.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah. You can imagine sort of hunkering down and cozying up in here for sure.
But let's take you through here, because things suddenly change.
Oh, okay.
Can't give you a small kitchen now, can we?
No. Oh, wow. This is great kitchen.
Yeah, really light and spacious, and I love the table in the middle here.
I think it's a great kitchen. I think it's unexpected from that room in terms of size, but feels very airy as well.
But if this wasn't enough, you actually have the utility room and a little gym there.
Oh, yeah, exciting.
So, if you like character and charm, you've got quite a lot of it upstairs. Do you want to go and explore?
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Off the kitchen, there's also a boot room, a pantry, and a cloakroom. Then a winding stairway leads to the first floor.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, wow. Oh, a little step down.
First bedroom.
Yeah. Bigger than I thought it was going to be, actually.
I agree.
I'm surprised at the size. Oh, it all connects.
The floor plan up here still bears the marks from when the cottage was divided, with 4 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms separated by 2 small hallways. The front rooms are also linked by a small passage.
Oh, and now another room.
So this is kind of
That they've put
directly
together.
above the first reception room. Not the snug, but the...
Oh, the office space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's also a large double at the back of the house, plus a smaller room,
Another bedroom. Oh, wow.
a second office perhaps.
It's weird, this house, though, isn't it? 'Cause it's big, but it's not.
Yeah.
There's lots of different parts to it. But then I think maybe the height of the ceilings makes it feel a bit smaller.
This is a beautiful escape to the country cottage from the outside and the inn, full, brimming with character and charm. I mean, just look at this room alone. But I think for Andy and Joe, although they love it and they appreciate the character and the charm, I think inside what they want is contemporary.
So this is a bit of a maze, and I don't understand where we're going to come out if we turn right here.
No, I'm not sure either, but there's a bathroom here.
So there's a bathroom here.
Oh, decent size. Look at this.
And there's another smaller bathroom on the other side of the house.
So how did you get on upstairs?
Yeah, good.
Unusual?
Unusual, yes.
Yeah.
I think it's an interesting layout with it sort of all being connected. We weren't quite sure how it would work and flow, but we've done it really nicely up there.
I think with some good advice, you could change the layout upstairs, which would be a little bit of a project.
Yeah, I think so. I just need the vision.
I was going to say, yeah.
And I haven't even shown you the garden yet. There's a lot to see with this property.
There is.
And it includes a patio set up for alfresco dining, plus a walled garden with a manicured lawn bordered by mature trees and hedges. There's also a large brick outbuilding at the front, once a pigsty, now ripe for conversion with the right consents. But I wonder if the price tag of this property will mean there's money left to put into a project.
Who wants to go first?
I can go first. I do think it will actually be quite sort of top end of the budget. So I would say 695.
I think I'm going to go a little bit lower on the price, so I'm going to say it's £670,000.
Well, you're both out by quite a lot, I'm afraid.
Oh.
You're way above.
Oh, wow.
Above.
Yes. The owners are looking for offers around £575,000.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yes. And they're happy to have a healthy conversation around that figure.
I didn't expect that.
I didn't expect that at all.
So, has anything changed in your minds now you know the asking price?
Yeah, surprised me quite a lot.
Priced hugely under budget at £575,000, this Grade 2 listed 18th century farmhouse is full of charm. Has a country kitchen diner, 4 bedrooms, enough space for 2 home offices, an attractive walled garden and a train station just a 15-minute drive away.
The owners have clearly really thought about how to use the space the best way to maximise both upstairs and downstairs.
It definitely has a country feel, cottage feel. It's got a beautiful garden, beautiful outside space, and it seems like it's in a really nice village location.
It's definitely a bit of a surprise in terms of the quirky layout, and the price of the property was really, really surprising. So, yeah, I think it definitely takes a bit of vision and a bit of, maybe it's not exactly suited to our lifestyle at the moment, but yeah, potentially could be something we could work on.
So that's another house tour complete, but we've still got the mystery house to go.
If you've got your sights set on an East Midlands postcode, here are some facts and figures to get the ball rolling. Detached property prices in Nottinghamshire average just under £339,000, which is some £139,000 below the £478,000 figure for England. If you're considering a move to Lincolnshire, well, it's even better news, as there the price falls to just under £307,000, which is £171,000 below the England average. Andy and Joe are lucky to have a generous budget for their move, but the region offers properties for budgets both big and small. This detached house in the Nottinghamshire village of Sutton-on-Trent has a guide price of £275,000. It's full of character with a cosy country cottage feel and 3 bedrooms. Outside there's a pretty garden and a gated driveway. Once belonging to the station, the property has the railway line running behind it. For those with a substantial budget, how about this fabulous split-level 5-bedroom family home in Grantham? It's on the market for £1,195,000. There's a large light-filled kitchen cum living space with 2 more separate reception rooms. Stylish bifold doors lead to a porcelain patio overlooking an expansive lawn. And if you just fancy dipping your toe in the water of the region, how about a glamping stay in the Rutland village of Manton? 5 bell tents have views of Rutland water, and each sleeps 2 with the benefit of its own bathroom, deck and garden. On a clear night, the top of the tent can be uncovered for a spot of stargazing. Prices start at £140 per night. For our final offering, we're heading to Long Bennington in Lincolnshire. The village has a great selection of amenities, including a supermarket, a choice of places to stop for a drink or a meal out, takeaways, a hairdresser's and a village hall. To venture further afield, it's just a hop, skip and a jump from the A1 and a 15-minute drive from Newark Station. I've left Joe and Andy to get acquainted with the area and made my way to our next viewing, our mystery house. Just on the edge of the village, it's this, well, some might say rather unassuming 1960s house whose facade tells a different story at the rear.
Now see the front? Take it all in? Well, by the magic of television, how is that for a fantastic reveal? Pretty impressive, isn't it? It's difficult to believe it's the same house, and it is just as stunning inside. But there's more. Have to be a bit careful because it's quite steep. But you even get your own stretch of river. And look at the views. Anyway, I better get going because they're going to be here in a minute.
Here we go.
We leave the best till last, potentially.
Wow.
With our mystery house.
Is it 1 story?
No, it's not. In actual fact, it is 2 stories. But what I'm going to say with this is never judge a book by its cover.
Oh.
Okay.
Because it has quite a strong look from the outside.
Yeah.
But when you go in, I think it's a completely different home. Intrigued?
Yes.
Very much so.
Let's see what you make of it.
I don't think the saying, never judge a book by its cover, has ever been more true, and I can't wait to reveal what's behind the front door. They say they like modern interiors. Well, here we go.
Oh, wow. I wasn't expecting this, and that, just looking out there to that view.
Yeah, instantly taken by the doors out onto that patio.
Well, really decent-sized room, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's definitely big enough. They've got quite big sofas as well, haven't they? So, yeah.
OK, well, this is just the first of many rooms in this property. If you want to follow me through here. So you've got an office here with fabulous views.
Yeah.
But before you're allowed to see the rest of the house,
Oh.
Oh, wow. This is unexpected.
you have to see this.
Oh, my word.
This looks like a holiday villa.
Forget the cooking.
I know.
Incredible. It's a lot to take in. I mean, instantly my eye was drawn round the corner to this like little dining area away from the kitchen. It looks so nice.
Impressive?
Yeah, I think the finish on this kitchen is really... I'm a big fan of this wooden bar worktop. Looks great.
You've got another office stroke games room across the way.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the hallway, you've got a bedroom, should you choose to keep it as a bedroom, and you've got a utility room as well.
Gosh.
That's a lot.
Big footprint, which you cannot see from the outside, definitely.
So I think you're going to enjoy having a little look around. So why don't you head on upstairs, have a good explore, and I'll find you outside when you're ready.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Great.
This house, it's like Christmas. You know when you see the present under the tree and you think, I know what that is. I know what that is. I'll look at it a little bit later. And then when you open it, you see something completely different and it fills you with joy. That's this house.
Up on the first floor, there are 4 bedrooms and a family bathroom.
Bathroom?
Bathroom, like the dark colour there.
Yeah.
It's surprising from the front that we're on the second story here.
Yes, because it definitely feels like it was going to be one story, doesn't it?
When it comes to bedrooms, there are 2 good-sized doubles, both lovely and bright, plus a box room cum dressing room. But the star of the show has to be the principal suite.
Oh, wow.
Balcony and terrace.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
that is amazing. What a view to wake up to.
That is quite a view, isn't
That is amazing.
it? You wouldn't mind a coffee out here, would you?
Imagine
Morning coffee on a
in
Sunday.
The morning. It's pulling up on the drive. You've
I know.
no idea that this could be in, what, rural Lincolnshire? Feels more like south of France type.
They're certainly impressed. Is it the house for them, though? Jury's out. That's what I'm going to say, but I haven't given them the price yet.
That will happen soon enough when we reconvene in the garden. Out here, a fantastic raised patio makes for a real sun trap. Then a huge swathe of lush lawn with mature trees runs down to the river. Wooden decking under a willow tree is an ideal spot to take in these tranquil surroundings.
This is just beautiful, isn't it?
So nice.
The river with them. And it is a lovely garden. And spectacular views across over the meadows.
Yes, yeah.
Has the mystery house worked its magic on you? Well, we'll see with the price, shall we? What do we think then? It's the final time I'm going to ask you. You haven't been bad at this.
I'm going to say £680,000.
Interesting.
Okay. I'm going to go a little higher. I'm going to say £700,000.
And I'm going to tell you it's on the market for £750,000.
Whoa, okay.
Yeah. And I think that's reflective on the area. We're close to A1, transport links, things like that.
Landing right on budget, this impressive 1960s riverside house has been upgraded to the highest quality and boasts a kitchen diner with the wow factor, 2 home offices, 5 bedrooms and a big garden by the water, all just 15 minutes from the station.
I think we were a little bit mystified by the front of the property because we didn't know what to expect because it just looks like a normal house, which it certainly isn't. Can absolutely see why this is the mystery house because it certainly throws up some surprises as you walk through the property.
We love the kitchen, especially the doors out onto the terrace, all that light in there.
Looking at the property, we obviously notice it has a real modern aesthetic. I think for us personally, we're looking for a few more kind of character features in a property, maybe a bit more of a countryside feel. So that's potentially why it doesn't quite work for us.
Well, you've seen all our properties now. Time for you two to have a think? The East Midlands is an increasingly popular choice with young people looking for an affordable escape who still need to go back to the cities for work from time to time. And that was certainly the case for leather craftsman Charles Laurie, who swapped London for the East Midlands just a few years ago.
Hi, I'm Charlie.
And I'm Jess, and this is our son Monty. So we moved to the border between Leicestershire and Rutland at the end of 2020. We'd lived in London for nearly 9 years, and we just sort of had enough of it and wanted a simpler life. And luckily, you can get the train, and it'll get you into London 45 minutes to an hour. So yeah, it was a bit of a no-brainer, really. We both grew up in the countryside. My family are from Yorkshire, and Charlie's family are from Suffolk and Essex. So this location, Rutland, Leicestershire, really was the perfect middle ground. We knew that we just wanted to live in the middle of nowhere. This is our walk to the local pub, which is only 10 minutes away.
The peaceful surroundings mean a wonderful working environment for Jess and Charlie, who are both self-employed.
And I just feel incredibly lucky that I get to work in an amazing setting like this. I probably work half from home and half from Charlie's studio. So yeah, it's a pretty idyllic setting to be working in.
Charlie's studio is in a converted grain store just 20 minutes up the road in Linden, Rutland. It's here he crafts handmade leather accessories, including wallets and bags.
Well, you know why I'm here, don't you? You can never have too many handbags. No, in all seriousness, it's great to be here to see just how settled Charlie is working in his new rural workshop. City life must feel, well, a million miles away. Charlie, you walk round the corner and you see all of this. This is incredible vista. Just looking at that view, I can't imagine why you wanted to leave London behind.
Yeah, well, it's certainly a change from Deptford, where we came from beforehand. Yeah, we absolutely love it around here. It's a beautiful bit of the country.
Yeah, not missing the tube, queuing for a sandwich, all the hustle and bustle of a million people on your doorstep?
Not at all. I think the only time I've been late for work has been held up by a load of sheep, so yeah, slightly different commute.
What was the defining moment when you suddenly thought, I want to move?
Well, my wife and I always had the plan to move out of London, but kind of COVID sped it up by at least sort of 10 years. We were walking around Clapham Common and sort of decided that now would be a good time.
What advice would you give people who are thinking of making the move?
I think the actual thought of the move is kind of more stressful than the actual move itself. Once you've done it and you've made it, yeah, I wouldn't go back.
Would you do anything differently?
Probably would have done it sooner, actually.
Really?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I would have done it because I just love it out here. It's a different sort of slower pace of life, and yeah, to be out in the countryside, just for your mental health and everything, it's just so much better.
It must be just like a constant source of inspiration for you.
It absolutely is, yeah, and just get out into the fresh air. Yeah, it's very special.
Well, this has got to be the best office view around, and I'm itching to see the accessories that these inspirational surroundings produce.
This is where the magic happens.
Yeah, this is where we create all our pieces in the studio here.
It's impressive. Did you always know you were going to be a leather craftsman?
Not always. I kind of sort of struggled through school and never really kind of found something that I was kind of passionate about. And then I started doing a saddlery course. My ancestor, probably about 200 years ago, had a shop on Oxford Street that produced harness for carriage driving. So that's kind of how I got into it. So I'm the first person in the family to do it for kind of 200 years. So.
That's incredible. I mean, I noticed the saddles up there when I came in, and I wondered if there was an equestrian link.
Yeah, although I don't do any equine stuff anymore. And from there, I then got a job with a company in the East End of London producing hand-stitched attaché cases.
And is it something you're really passionate about?
Absolutely, yeah. The making is the thing that I'm most passionate about.
Are animals actually specifically bred for their hides?
No cow is bred for its hide. It is a byproduct of the meat industry. We'd all be going to landfill, so you know it's an important thing to be able to produce hides into leather. Otherwise, there would just be more waste.
Yes, it's great to hear that from a something that might be wasted, if you think of the meat industry and the byproducts that come off it, that's going to create something so beautiful and be around for a long time.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, creating something out of a waste product and making an item that hopefully will be timeless.
Has it made a real difference to you, moving?
Yeah, definitely. Yes, being able to be out on the countryside and get out for a dog walk and find the inspiration is a joy.
No regrets?
No regrets at all.
You're going to be here for a long time, I can tell.
Yeah, I hope so.
What an absolute treat, spending time talking about two of my favourite things, the countryside and bags.
So what a lovely few days we've had with Andy and Joe, but it's time to find out what their next course of action is going to be. Well, it's certainly been a great few days here, hasn't it, in the East Midlands, looking at property, but I think we felt the pressure because it's the first time that you two have viewed properties together for your future home, and I wonder how we've done.
Well, yeah, we've had a great time, and really want to thank you for showing us around the properties. It's been a great experience to come and get a flavour of what the area has to offer.
And have we got close with any of them?
We've spoken, haven't we, about if we could take bits of one property and merge it with bits of another property, it would kind of be like the perfect blend.
Putting you on the spot slightly, if there was a favourite, or the one we got closest to, which one would it be?
I think the property that ticked most of the boxes was the cottage in the middle of the village. I think we got a really nice sense of what life would be like in that village, and just the location and the setting was really picturesque.
Do you think the house in the village really resonated because there was that community around you?
Yeah, the community aspect definitely appeals to us, and I think that's what we really got with that village. It seemed like there was lots going on, and yeah, just sort of busy enough.
So what do you think you're going to take from the last few days? Will you continue searching that sort of Newark, Lincoln, Grantham area?
Yes, definitely we'll be coming back to this area, checking out more of the villages, and maybe extending to a couple of sort of market towns as well to see what they have to offer.
Continuing the search, but with more experience under your belts.
Absolutely.
Well, we've been delighted showing you around the East Midlands. All the very best. Please keep in touch, won't you? We'd like to hear your latest news when you make the move.
Yes, we will. Thank you so much, Nikki.
Thank you.
Oh, what a delight showing Andy and Joe around the East Midlands. And I think the real leaf I can take out of their book is the positivity. They saw the best in every single property we showed them. They're so excited about buying a house together. And even though we got close, we didn't quite find that home. I know they're going to find it very soon, and we can't wait to find out where it is they finally moved to. We wish them all the very best, and I'll see you again soon.
If you would like to escape to the country in England, Northern Ireland, Scotland or Wales and need our help, why not apply online at bbc.co.uk/take part.